Here are the tests on my 1969 American Standard Madera. As we know, this is a flushometer toilet, and I do not own a flushometer setup, so it is on my high tank. All of the tests will be done on this high tank with the water level set to here, right below the handle. So, as for the water usage, I do not know how much water it will use, but I'm going to hold the handle until it completes a flush, and then I will release it. So, anyway, let's get started. Despite it not having as much pressure as it could, that was a pretty awesome flush. So, as far as the performance goes, it will definitely not perform as well as it would on a flushometer. So, don't judge the toilet based off of these tests, because this is not how the toilet is supposed to function. So, as far as the trapway goes, it is absolutely massive, but it is not glazed. So I think that it may have trouble with bowl clearance, but we will get to that towards the end. For the first test, let's see if it can take a washcloth. This should be an easy pass. It did perfectly, as expected. Now, let's see if it can take a grocery bag. I'm guessing it will pass pretty easily. As expected, it did perfectly again. Now, let's see if it can take the washcloth and the grocery bag together. I think it will take it. Wow, that was impressive. I expected it, but that was still really impressive. Now, let's see if it can take a dish towel. I think it will pass. It bunched up at the opening, so of course it clogged. I'm going to pull it out and wait for that tank to fill up, which actually takes a very long time, and I'm going to see if it can take it angled like this. Actually, it's about 1.5 inches below the handle, so that should still be just fine. I'll try it now. It did great. You know, I'm going to lay it flat again, and I'm going to see if it can take it, because I think it just got unlucky that time. Sometimes they ball up in the opening like that, and then sometimes they pass perfectly. So I'm going to give it a third and last shot. That's a pass, and I didn't help it either. As far as performance goes, this toilet is absolutely amazing, and it's weak. It's on weaker pressure than it's supposed to be by a lot, and it still performs better than most of the toilets in my collection. This is definitely a keeper. Now let's move on to the flush tests. For the first flush test, let's see how it flushes with a dry bowl. And as we know, this toilet has an unlimited water supply, so it's not seeing if it can flush, I'm just showing how it flushes. The bowl definitely doesn't fill up as much, but that's still an awesome flush. Now let's see if it can take dirt. I'm guessing the rinse on this toilet will be very good, but because it lacks the pressure it needs, the bowl clearance will not be very good. Yeah, it left a lot behind, but you can't really blame it because this toilet was designed to be on much higher pressure. As far as the rinse goes, it's looking perfect so far. Yeah, that's going to be a 10 out of 10 perfect pass for the rinse. That's very, very, very hard to accomplish. And I can probably count on my fingers the number of toilets that I've seen past that. So I am very impressed by that flush, but unfortunately it is just not powerful enough to clear the rest of the dirt out of the bowl. So I'm going to give that another flush and I'm going to see how much of the dirt it can remove. But first I gotta focus so that you guys can see it. And there we go. Let's see how it does. Sadly, I don't think any number of flushes will be able to remove that dirt, so I'm going to have to manually remove it, which kind of sucks, but like I said, and like I keep saying, I can't really blame the toilet because it is a flushometer toilet on a high tank. So anyway, that is all for these tests. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video. If you want the exact reasoning behind why it failed the dirt test, this is why. So, all of the water gets pulled out by the siphon jets that are under the trapway like that. That'll suck all the water dry out of the bowl, and then there will be some front jets right here that make a stream and push everything. So, it doesn't really have enough pressure to fully drain the bowl. And so there's always a little bit of water sitting down at the bottom, and that is why it fails the dirt. So now with that information, here's one last flush.